welcome back. Today's video, and my computer just decided to go off, is a two-part video. Well, not really a two-part, but a two-part in the video. The first part, I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm having for dinner because I'm bored and I have nothing better to do with my time. I'm having sweet potatoes and rice, probably with beans and vegetables, frozen vegetables. And I also wanted to tell you about what my plans are for the future because, well, I don't have a life, obviously. So, the first thing I want to mention is that a man came into my work a few days ago. He's 21 and he's adorable. I think he's cute. But he bought a whole handful of roses and gave one to me. So, as you can tell, isn't that pretty? So, that is basically what I get gift-wise. I don't really talk all that much to random people, but he comes in every day, and practically every day, and we talk. Alright, so the next part is my necklaces. As you can tell, I got a new one. Thing weighs a ton, by the way. The next one is this. And last but not least, so those are my three new necklaces that I decided to wear. The reason why I ordered a new pentacle necklace and I'm not wearing the big giant large one that I normally wear is because the entire necklace broke. Yeah. So I had to break down and order a new one. Obviously I didn't get one as big as I did last time, so obviously that's good. Alright, so the next part of this video is questions that I just randomly looked up online. I decided I was going to be bored and start looking up stuff, and so I'm going to start out the video. The first question is Wicca and witchcraft the same? Yes and no. Yes, because we're all under the same term, I guess. No, because, and I cannot stress this enough, not every Wiccan or pagan calls themselves a witch. Not every witch calls themselves a Wiccan or a pagan. So, based on that fact, we cannot say that Wicca and witchcraft and paganism are all the same, because they're not. But, depending on what your beliefs are and what your views are, it would be the same. For me, it is the same, because I identify as a witch, but I also identify as a pagan. So, kind of the same thing. I don't rightly know all the answers to every question in detail. The next one is, who do witches worship? Now, this one I found on a Christian site. I decided to put it in there so anybody who doesn't know my channel, know who I am, what I worship, who I worship, that I can explain it in full detail. I'm not going to do this in every video, obviously. As of right now, I'm Celtic Path, which means I worship the Celtic gods. If you have any questions as to what that is, look it up online. Most websites, good websites, will have all the gods in question. But recently I have become interested in Norse gods, like Vikings or whatever you want to call it, as you can tell by the necklace that I have. I'm not perfect at it. I obviously don't know everything, and that is something that I'm going to have to work on. So, I used to be Celtic, Germanic, and Egyptian. Recently, though, that's not really called to me anymore, so while I'm not following that path, I do associate with it still, but I don't worship the gods that I used to. Like, Bast is no longer my patron goddess. So the next one are witches anti-Christian? That's a weird question considering, well, we don't really think that way. I do know some people that are like that, I guess, anti-Christian, but they're not even pagan. They're atheist or they're something totally different. And so I'm going to move on to the next question because this follows the question that I just asked. Can I follow Wicca and be Christian too? Obviously you can. My dad figure is a pagan, but she's also a Christian. She believes that there's only one God, but it's complicating. I'd have to get her on here and ask all these questions to her. But in all actuality, she is a Christian, and she's also a pagan. The reason for that is because she thought it was easier than, just changing religions because she was raised as a Christian. The next one is, based on the Wiccan Rede, can a witch do whatever they want as long as they justify it to themselves? The answer to that is obviously no. Just because you justify it to yourself does not make it right and does not make it a good thing. Obviously, karma falls into that. Whatever you send out will come back, and if it's not justified to the universe as well as to everyone else, it is not right, and you probably shouldn't do it. I'm not going to go into that anymore. Next question. If witchcraft isn't evil, why do you wear black? Well, first off, not all pagans, witches, Wiccans wear black. I obviously wear black, but that's because that is my preference. It has nothing to do with what I believe. I wear black because I like the color. I wear black because it suits me, and I hate bright colors. That's just the way I am. That does not make a Wiccan or a witch evil because they wear black, or because they wear this, or because they wear robes. It doesn't make us that way. And that's kind of stereotypical to say that somebody is evil because they wear black, or because they wear robes, or because they wear a pentacle, or they don't believe in this, or they don't believe in that. That's stereotypical, and it's not right to do. Next one is, if it isn't evil, why do you do ceremonies and rituals at night while hidden? Okay, well, this is a two-part answer to this question. It is my belief as a pagan/witch that to be naked brings you closer to the gods. That I will answer as to why skyclad. That is the other question that I will ask later on. I also believe that at night makes it better, because most rituals, most spells are done at night during a full moon. The reason for that is because some witches, some Wiccans believe that the goddess that they're worshiping at that time is associated with the moon. The moon is only out at night. So there you go. That's part one of my answer to that question. Part two is, based on what's happened in history, it is better to do it at night because no one's up and it's hidden for a reason. Granted, we don't have to hide anymore, but at that time we did because we were afraid we were going to be persecuted or killed for what we believed in or who we worshipped. And so some covens, some eclectic Wiccans, witches, however you want to look at them, decided that hiding was the best idea. The next one is, how do you see the goddess and the god? For me, the goddess and the god are not the same thing. They're not the same entity. To me, I view them as being married, like a married couple, because, and the statement holds true to me, that you can't have one without the other. So that's where I see the goddess and the god. You can't have one without the other. You can't have a male without a female. You can't have a female without a male. So, no, I am not feminist in any form or fashion of the word. While I am a female, and I do believe that certain things should be equal for females, I do not have the same views that feminists have. So I'm not feminist. I don't believe in any of that crap. But I do believe that, a god and the goddess should go hand in hand. It shouldn't be just a female. It shouldn't be just a male like the Christians have. It shouldn't be just a female like the Dianic version of witchcraft has. So, but that's my personal preference. Not everyone believes in that, and that's fine. The next one is, do witches have a Bible? No, sorry. We have a Book of Shadows, which I guess you could see as a Bible, but it's not really the same thing. Are witches only women? Again, no. There are male witches as well. I've been told in an old coven that my mother... No. I've been told on websites as well that a male witch is a male witch. You don't call them a warlock. You don't call them a wizard or anything like that. How do you view Satan or the devil? To me, the devil or the Satan was made up by the Christians to make anyone who believes in other gods or goddesses look bad. Now, that may not be entirely true, and that may not be what some people believe in, but that's what I believe. I believe that it was made up by the Christians. I don't believe that it was made from us. I don't believe it came from what we believe in, because we don't even believe in that thing. We don't have this entity that we call Satan or the devil. That would be counterproductive to what we do, because technically Satan or the devil, as however you want to look at him, isn't good. Whatever he does isn't good. And so that would be counterproductive to what we are, because we don't believe in that. We don't believe in harming others. We don't believe in doing things that could be considered evil. We don't believe in that. And to believe in him would make us believe in that, and we can't do that. Alright, so next one is, what attracts people to paganism, and are pagans against other religions? I believe it attracts people because it doesn't have as many rules. We're not as strict, and we don't demand that you believe in this or believe in that. We don't demand you to do it, and we do not push our religion down your throat. Versus, I've seen Christians push their religion down other people's throat. Well, I hate to break it to you, Christians, it's not right, and if you ever do that to me, you can be damn sure I'm going to say something about it, and you're not going to like it. Are pagans against other religions? No. My mother is a Christian. Granted, I don't agree with it. I'm not going to freaking sit there and say, oh, well, I'm against that. I don't think that you should be this way. No, I'm not going to say that. That is my mother. She is my best friend. Has been for years, and I'm not going to do that to her. Just like I'm not going to do that to someone else. And I expect the same courtesy that someone not do that to me. Do pagans believe in heaven, or do pagans believe in hell? Neither? Maybe? I believe in a heaven, I guess. I do believe in Summerland. I also believe in Valhalla. I also believe in hell, spelled with one L, not two. But I believe in hell as being a goddess, not a place. And I don't know how to answer that question. For next one, why do pagans wear pentacles? Like I tell people, the pentacle to me, and just to me, is a protection thing as well as something that I believe in. It's also, the 5 points are the elements and spirit. So, however you want to wear it is up to you. Do you worship nature? No. I believe in nature. I believe that without nature, humanity would cease to live. Without nature, we would die. What is your view of homosexuality? Well, obviously, I am all for it because I am bi-curious, obviously. I've not actually done anything with anyone else, like any females or anything, but I'm bi-curious. My parents are gay, and they are legally married in the state of Indiana. So, there you go. I have no problems with it. And I do not believe it is a disease. I believe it is the way you are born. What is hand fasting? Hand fasting is basically a form of marriage. But I've also seen that it can be easily withdrawn. I'm not entirely sure how accurate that is, so do not take my word on that. If your spells and rituals have results, how can you be sure that it is a good power that is behind it? That's just like saying, oh, you prayed to the Christian God. How do you know the Christian God is the real God? How do you know the results are from Him? That's just like saying that. It is belief-based, like I've been told. If you're going to want something, you're going to want to have to make it work. You can't just freaking expect something to make it work for you. Versus other Christians I've met are like, oh, well, God will provide for us, or God will help me in this way, or blah, blah, blah. You have to be more willing to do something for yourself. You can't just sit back and let a God do it for you. Our gods expect us to do the work. Our gods expect us to not sit there. Our gods expect us to get up and get what we want. They're not just going to do it for us. They're not going to protect us. We have to protect ourselves, which is the way it's supposed to be. If you're not willing to work for what you want or protect what you want, then what's the point? Alright, so this has obviously been a controversial video. So if you have any issues, please do not put it in the comments because it will not get a reaction from me. And I will most likely post another video. I will do it to spite you. So please do not post anything negative because obviously it's not going to be in your favor. I am that type of person that I will post it and I will post another video and I will make it as rude as possible to spite you just because you posted it. So please keep that in mind. And on that note, I'm going to end this video now because it's 17 minutes in and it is now 3 a.m. So I will see you guys next time and I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye, blessed be, and love and light, and I hope you guys enjoy.